we could talk about, C9 being new, but that's also why it's so hard, because you can make the argument here of C9's run in the groups was very impressive, beating the likes of NIP, MIBR, and Furia, right, to kind of make it to the playoffs. I'd say it's very, very impressive.
Yeah. It's been quite awesome just to watch them find their identity and kind of see how they've done that, because I think in large part it's not really being anticipated, and for a lot of people, and so you're kind of getting to see over these games, like, why is it that they're actually doing so well? And a lot of it comes down obviously to some of the flair that Alex has with the AWP and what he's doing with it, and some of the calling, like they've been experimenting with this like super fast but super slow pace, and it's they're just constantly trying to perfect everything, but looks like we don't have time to continue harping on about that. The game has started. Vertigo, Cloud9 are going to be on that CT side, and Fnatic on the T side.
Heather Garozzo, excuse me for butchering your last name, on the keyboard today, observing this match for us. You could see Cloud9 very quietly came down towards this ramp position. Big focus on the A bomb site for Fnatic as well, excuse me. Of course, I have hiccups when it's time to commentate. S-tag, holding angles, there's the bait set up, and Floppy will try to do what he can. Only good for one, though. Bomb drops for a time in the hands of Jaquinho. New man for Fnatic. It seems it'll be retake territory for Cloud9 as they fall back with a smoke and an incendiary.
There is you can see the retake setup here, though, from C9. Been very smart. We talk about when do you use your nades and stuff like that. C9 had a plan all along with this round, with a molly there. Should go into sandbags and one smoke. Smoke is being placed right now, and then we have 2 flashbangs. We'll see. There's no kit on C9, so they actually have to fight for this rather than just going for a ninja diffuse. And now the flashes are no longer there, and I think this should be a pretty easy Fnatic round at this point. Yeah, it's still a 2v2, but again, there's no kit. As I say that, though, Golden actually whiffs. It's a cast of curse once more. C9 with the first pistol round of this best of 3. Nice little retake there as well. It was looking pretty dodgy there, I'd say. Just the one smoke on the bomb, no kit, and the 2 flashbangs. They didn't get traded right off the bat. So Fnatic actually is just a straight 4-on-4 duel, essentially. Fnatic ends up losing those duels. But they did get the bomb plant, though, and we've seen again and again kind of this week some different kind of ideas as to how people do these rounds. And for Fnatic, it's going to be a full buy, a lot of Galils, long distance. I like that. Seppa might be in trouble here with not having head armor.
Floppy's legs, they've been shot by the scout, and that's a nice start for Fnatic. Some damage early on. Oh, you got to be so careful here. JW could do some more damage yet with that scout. Ooh, there was a moment there. Oh, well, okay, the moment's coming back. Floppy actually peaks. Was previously weakened, of course. And that's not good for Cloud9. Over a minute to go. There is actually a fair amount of utility here, and they're actually trying to challenge walking down the ramp. Oh dear.
Yeah, not the start you wanted here from C9 on this round, but these rounds are just very difficult. Especially you can make the argument on Vertigo, where it's just a lot of long distance duels. Having a chance to even get Galils. And I would even make another argument here. This is the first time I think we've seen a T-sided team buying 3 Galils and not an SNG on one of these buys. And we do know that Fnatic, especially JW, likes to try on new things with buttons and stuff. So maybe this is something they've worked on. But that was a very, very dominant second round there. Fnatic ends up losing the pistol, but gets the bomb down. So I'm going for a buy. Scouts and Galils, and I don't think, I think C9 might have been ready for a buy, but I don't think they were ready for that.
Yeah, that's a really big problem, especially on the CT side. You're going to struggle, I think, to... I mean, Fnatic are a team that are pretty well drilled, very experienced. We actually had Golden and Jaquinho and Samuelson on yesterday. That was really fun. And we had them talking on Vertigo. It was actually one of the maps, and they were actually everybody watching Cloud9. So
I see. Okay.
Yeah, they've had plenty of prep
That's what Mr. said as well. Yeah, from Mouse Sports. It's funny because I made that same argument. You know, when you're a coach and you're watching, you know, the game set stuff at home, or like you know doing demo reviews, it's very different compared to how you were to cast the game. And you actually get a lot of insight just from casting because you pay a little bit more attention to like maybe not the smaller things, but more of like the full picture of, you know, checking minimap and seeing like rotates and stuff like that. I do think that it paints a really cool kind of picture as to like how teams like to play. But obviously that's why we also have these online experts, right? Thinking they know everything because they watch X-ray map only.
Yeah, internet experts.
Yeah. But you need, you know, it's a fine balance of both, right? Just you by having that, you know, sure you can spot some stuff, but you also have to remember that biggest thing about this game is communication. And if something looks silly, it might have been that it was an off call or something.
We've got our new stickers out. I feel like the Fnatic sticker in the recent release just looks like it'd make a really nice like sponge cake or something. It looks edible to me, right? Well, that tag is extremely blind. That's a good Molotov to learn, lined up with the box and the stairs thrown over the girder. Zepper and Floppy left. Org was collected for a very brief time, and now it's just Floppy to do what damage he can. Very strong player for Cloud9.
He's surprised me a lot, actually. I've been very impressed by Floppy so far. I think it took him a while, obviously, like the tendencies, NA CS versus European CS, you know, there's obviously a big difference there. But I think he's really making his way into this team. I think it was a really cool pickup. Keeping the NA dreams alive. Same
Absolutely.
with Slappa.
Yeah. I wonder how marketable, like what he can do with his nickname. Maybe there's something to be done there. I think if he makes a big play on LAN, I'm going to call him Flopzilla, because I feel like Floppy is, you know, well, doesn't need further description from me. Not sure if Crims will identify that was two players in the mid position. Just keeping the CTs honest for now. He can throw some support grenades from the ladder room, which looks like he might be lining up to do. Maybe, maybe not. You can molly Shorty from the glass position, shooting the glass first, amongst other things. So where Floppy's standing now, Crims can molly that from where he is. And bounce a pop flash for Brolan to swing. That can be done from top ladder. I don't know all the grenades on Vertigo just yet, but those are some of the ones I do. Well, this is a dry round for Cloud9.
Here's the question for you, James, since you were talking about nades and stuff like that. How do you practice nades? There's obviously a lot of tools out there and stuff like that for nade lineups and stuff. Have you...
So, three different ways. For standing grenades, or the odd like running or walking grenade, there are these set of maps made by, I don't know if the guy's called YPRAC, but if you search YPRAC, YPRAC on the workshop, he has a map for every map in the map pool, where you can do flashes, Molotov, smokes, etc. from various positions, and it's programmed really, really well. So when you throw the grenade, the camera follows the grenade to see if it landed in the right place. But it also has things like pre-fire positions, which some people have made their own versions of, but you can make a route, for example, from say the bottom of a ramp up towards A, and every place you could expect like a CT to stand, it'll put a CT there with a scout, so you can practice pre-firing all these positions. So those ones are good for standing things. Mahone's videos where it's basically like he's done a demo work for you. You can learn a lot of grenades from watching his YouTube. So to be honest, like for Vertigo, I learned most of them from him. Or if I found myself with a problem, I would try and find my own solution and make my own grenade as well.
You should check out Refrag.
Yeah, that's basically like inspired by YPRAC, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. When you were explaining it to me, it sounded like it's...
Yeah, the YPRAC map's been doing that for a while, and they're pretty good.
But yeah, there's been some cool stuff added to this game as of late. I think CSGO in terms of stats and, you know, the open source API and what we can do with it, it's probably one of the few games that we have in the esports space that you can actually customize so much and get so much data from. This obviously helps. It's the first weapon round here between Fnatic and C9. C9 on that CT side, and it's an aggressive A ramp play here from C9. And timing-wise, Fnatic is just about to hit it. do see some trades going on. Seppa with 2 kills. Brawlon gets the one on Floppy, and JW gets the kill on Seppa. So equals it up, 3 versus 3. But as I say that, Messi gets a kill on Jaquinho over at the B bomb site. And now I think we're gonna see a bit of a slow round here from here on out. A lot of utilities left though on Fnatic. So when we talk about potential, where do we want to go when there's a 2-on-3? You tend to kind of go towards A. JW doesn't spot Alex there. He had walked down, and that was looks to be the first good round here, first good weapon round, rather for C9. And I like that. That was a bit of a mid-round, not even mid-round, rather for C9, but getting position on A ramp, you wait for Fnatic's nades there, and then you kind of just opt in and you go for the fight. And they win the brawl. But because Fnatic won that second round, they lost a pistol. But because of that, they had a lot of money, so it's not going to be an issue for this round. We do have another buy on both of the sides here.
I like that HE grenade.
They've been putting that a lot, I've noticed. I guess
Yeah.
maybe to slow some people down, sure that it doesn't damage too. I know that Flush, I used to do that a lot as well on Inferno, CT side, on short to alt mid. He threw that a lot to slow them down, and also that did a lot of damage depending on timing.
Oh, we've got a proper takeoff ramp coming in here from Cloud9, it looks like. Very forward smoke grenade. So far, so good. Brian has dropped, and JW has a decision to make. Slipping away with the AWP. Now, this will waste some time for Fnatic, and maybe, obviously, they're in a 4 versus 5, and they've lost a lot of map control they would normally take for granted. And there's yet more aggression coming out from Cloud9, so Fnatic are going to have to worry about all these positions before they can even necessarily look to make a play. Perhaps forced towards this B bomb site now. It will be a focus from JW's, rotating all the way from A. Messi with these bursts again. He's so clean with these bursts. Maybe part of what got him noticed in the first place. Don't see a lot of spray from him. Very efficient with his bullets. Oh, okay. Well, that's turned around. Suddenly, pushing these smokes, maybe being a little too aggressive, Cloud9. Things are tied up. Creeping around the smokes now. Normally like the A site. This time like the B. See Zephyr and S-Tag. Well, there we go. JW now. Scope, but no kill. Almost stepped away from Cloud9 there.
Yeah, they opt to fight. I mean, we kind of see that as well a little bit more here from CTs. It is easier, especially if you have a fast rotate coming in, to just extra flash and kind of fight for it. But Fnatic doing a really good job in equalizing the scoreline there, in making a 3v3 in manpower, and the S-Tag with a really good position. Rather 2v2 rather. Smoke sets on fading. Another solid hold from C9. It comes in the hands of an early A push. Gets them the man advantage, forces Fnatic to just execute on B. And C9's ready for it. Oh, the nade.
Ooh, chunks. Oh, here comes the advance from Fnatic. Both Cloud9 players only good for one on this occasion. The grenades to create space will be deployed. Awkward position for Alex.
Yeah, I think it's still a difficult spot to be in. There's no nades on the Fnatic side, so yeah, I was gonna say, get the bomb down anyway. I mean, that's impressive enough as it is. I would make the argument here of like, they're actually a pretty good position, even though it's a 2v3 now. There's no nades left, so new kid on the block, doesn't have a photo yet even. It's Jaquinho on the screen. Nicely done on the flash.
He's just really black. Well, Cloud9 will survive with 3 players. And they'll take the lead.
I don't even know what I can say. It's just...
Oh, I like creative. I can do whatever I want, man. My dad's white, my mom's black. I can say whatever I want.
You're golden, man.
My eyes are kind of Asian. I'm everywhere.
I can only talk about how pale I am, you know? It's like I can do ghost jokes. It's about it.
Oh, man. Well, Fnatic still have money for a buy. I always thought this was it Marble Fade or whatever on that knife looked like some kind of Resident Evil disease, T-virus.
Now I gotta see it, I feel.
It's just like blue, yellow, red, but the yellow is very murky, like sewagey. Oh, okay, I just learned something today. Easy lineup with the line through the wall, separating the blocks.
Okay, I think he might kill for a headshot. Obviously, only did 35 there through the wall, but you know, if anything, it forces the player out of there.
Yeah, I have to think twice about where they choose to stand now. But again,
that should be a common wallbang in this day and age. We see a lot of more and more CT players kind of putting in that spot, and that was some mid-round aggression from C9. They know that they have A ramp control, and obviously, what does Fnatic like to do then? Well, you kind of stay and wait, or you try and take some other space.
I've never seen someone standing up here.
Oh yeah, no, it's also a bit more common now. Yeah. I think we saw that first, maybe for us.
Roland was ready for it. Oh, look at the trade frag setup as well. CW trying to avoid it. Let's see the wallbang. There must be a wallbang to be had here. Oh, there's a bomb to be had by Cloud9. 5-3. You can see Vertigo A ramp aggression evolving in front of our eyes. It's not just enough for the ramp itself now, but they want the lift shaft as well. Oh, could have said that Fnatic got shafted in that round. Missed opportunity.
Yeah. I don't know. I keep on saying it, but I just keep on getting continuously impressed by Alex, the way he calls and stuff like that, and just the way he kind of conducts the rounds itself. Not sure if he's getting any help from someone else on the team speak during these mid-round calls. He does, but just look at the tendency there, right? Like they have A ramp control. Fnatic, they do some moves there, but they make the decision of just pushing 2 in mid while still keeping that control. Just very nicely done. Sure, you make the argument, obviously, a lot of teams do that, but we have to remember that C9 is somewhat of a new team, and they are actually doing this against tier 1 opponents here and making it look easy.
And so it begins. Oh, that's going to be a meaty one. Oh, the damage! It's just not fair. They'll try to abuse that numbers game, and maybe the sniper being there rather than a rifle will certainly help. Can only shoot so many at once. That's a lovely flashbang from Alex. Moving sideways. Know your trajectories, people. Well, Fnatic have managed to get a 5 versus 4 close to the site. Good on paper. There is a lack of Kevlar, though, for most of these players, so they could get cut to ribbons pretty easily.
Yeah, C9's been smart here. They obviously losing Floppy, but goes defensive instead. They have a lot of nades. Obviously, HG on SSAG and Messi could be used to kind of block off the bomb plant potentially. And 2 mollies as well. So sure, you might argue here that it should maybe be a plant at least for Fnatic, but we're looking for a lot of 1-digs here if they were to actually get away with a round win. Here we go. Yep, that's the first one. You tend to see always the same. You tend to fake, but there comes the molly and the smoke's about to fade, and now you're in a really tough spot if you're Fnatic. This is really when you talk about the whole thing of the tendency. You have to land the headshots now at this point, and Alex goes down early.
20 seconds on that clock, and this may have to be by elimination for Fnatic at this point. Crossfire for Cloud9, just about. Headshot through a box, I think, and Messi will get followed up upon. S-Tag now, 10 seconds. He's got the reload, pushes close, tries to buy time with the flashbang and face along with it, pre-fire. Crims eats the flash, 3 seconds to find a kill. He's got to press forward. He has to press forward, but he can't quite get there, and after time, he'll go down as well.
So smart from S-Tag there, like really just humps the wall just as much as he can, trying to stay alive. That was way too close for comfort for C9, just knowing as well how damaged Fnatic were and no armors as well, not a lot of utility. Fake plant, smoke was faded. Dangerous.
Yeah, they were like the Walking Dead after that nade, but still they got so much value from a round with nothing in it. That's really scary. What if they tried to do something similar with just guns? I think obviously Floppy was lost early, and at the same time, C9 they were trying to play the nade advantage. They didn't have that sense of urgency that they would have to really make any moves. So maybe that's part of it as well, just having more space for the deagles. But at the same time, it is pretty scary, and they lost a lot of money there. So quite a destabilizing round. Something that Fnatic will certainly, they'll sense that weakness, and I'm sure they're going to try to capitalize on it. But yeah, this was very, very difficult.
This is what a lot of teams like to do endgame. It really comes into if you actually get a chance to get there, and we've noted that C9 has been fighting for that A ramp a lot. This is really one of the first few rounds that has given Fnatic that map control. It might come in the hands, like you said, Dan, losing Floppy early. But should definitely be something for Fnatic to note there of, you know, if we can get a chance to get up to the A-bomb site. Maybe that's our winning condition. It's been a very dominant showing here from C9 so far on this CT side after the initial few rounds from Fnatic. But it is a change of pace here. No, we do note that C9, they don't push down early here. Bit of an information play instead. And then leaving Messi in an aggressive spot now instead. But it's very quiet on the map, and Brollan's going to take Floppy's head off. And this is what we was talking about in terms of the tendencies for Fnatic and what we'd like to see. And it's a minute left now on the clock. And A ramp has been taken, but it's still a 3v3 situation now. The one guy that I'm just sitting here waiting for is Messi. If Fnatic ends up going A ramp here, obviously, I'm expecting Messi to be a very fast flank. As we know, Jacquini is also here holding. Yeah, it's going to be depending on timing. But as we know as well, C9 will give up this A-bomb site depending on where Fnatic goes. If they go scaffolding here, they won't give it up for free. Alex has a great position. Gets the first kill on Crims. Had they just gone A-ramp there, obviously they would have just left Alex by his lonesome. Might have gone bomb down, but obviously would have still had to find a solution into getting him down eventually.
Oh, traffic jam trying to get the bomb planted. Two footballs punctured. No more ball games on the A-bomb site. 7-3 for Cloud9. Zephyr on 10 kills, but S-Tag 15 for 3, having a pretty good day thus far. But the day is young for these two teams. See Alex very focused.
It's funny when you say that, James, because if you look at it, obviously Floppy is one of the A guys that's holding it, and obviously he's the one that's been fighting a lot, and he's the one that's been going down. But you can really tell, you know, the struggles that Fnatic's been having, because sure, they get the control of the initial 1-2 kills, but that's when you have, you know, currently the main tank on the team, S-Tag, right, of being that rotate over to the A-bomb side, and just really been making it difficult for Fnatic to get rounds here on the board.
Yeah, and I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what Fnatic's approach will be now. I mean, I feel like Cloud9 has been doing a pretty good job mixing it up on their CT side. Ultimately, like, only 3 rounds to Fnatic at this point, starting to get a little bit scary. Obviously, don't have really a buy to work with at this point, so we'll do what they can. This kind of hero AK in the hands of Yakinio. I'm curious if we call him Yakinio or Jackinio, because you know, this way the Swedes say name.
It sounds like a Brazilian footballer name, like Juninho.
Well, he wanted to be a pro footballer before.
Okay, I'd go with a J then, like a Jackinho.
Jackinho, all right.
Yeah. We'll have to ask him.
A chance to ask him. Yeah, I was gonna say we can get a chance to ask him. We'll be doing that with some other players. It's always nice to ask how they would like their names to be pronounced. Maybe, you know, some people don't even think about that, right? Especially maybe they go with a name that sounds cool in their own language. We used to have a guy that was called MAJK. Oh, as I say that though, we'll hold on that for now. Jacquini was a really nice entry on Alex there on the B-bomb side. He has 2 HP left, 1 HP now. But the B-bomb side has been taken. Only leaving Floppy here though. We noted that he's been having a lot of fights so far. That's a nice little lineup. We should note as well, I mentioned that he only had 3 kills, but as a note, as I mentioned, he's been fighting a lot. He has 8 assists. This is really one of the rounds though. Gets the 3 kill, holds down the bomb site. Nicely done. We have a tech issue on our hands.
So MAJK.
MAJK, yeah. So you would argue, right, in English it would just be magic, but obviously for him in Swedish, because of the hidden J, it's Mike.
Mike, yeah, I could see Mike.
Yeah,
like, I think. Well, I suppose I'm fortunate enough to have enough experience where I could read a Mike there. I would. Yeah, if it was Swedish, I'd probably go with a Mike.
Yeah, maybe we're there. I don't think that we actually thought about that initially, because yeah, we were a little bit caught off guard when people started calling him Magic, and we're like, well, is this some magic going on here?
Yeah.
After that time, you know,
but it's weird how things transition, like taco and the taco means and so on. It's like, you know, it's a positive thing for him, even though that wasn't at all. You know, he's not from Mexico, but still, whatever. Some things you embrace by it, like Ziwu Zaiwu. for
Sipix. Sipix,
Yeah.
never.
the Pexipniks.
Yeah. Man of many nicknames.
Yeah, the minister, the clutch minister.
This is still a good spot to be in for Fnatic. I was going to say, we want to be mindful of the expo flash here. Yeah, JW does get the one-to-one. Brolin is there to help him out. But in terms of initial layout there for the A-bomb side position for a potential execute, that was a great start for Fnatic. Man down, but as we said, you know, it's always hard to kind of get this A-ramp control. And even 4v5, you could argue that if you have a good set of nades to at least hit the bomb site, maybe get the one scrappy kill, makes a 4v4, but bomb down, still very much winnable. But we see the Fnatic shenanigans here. They fight in A, but obviously ends up falling back. And Messi gets a kill, and that's on A, and they know that. That's why we see them kind of just run over towards his B-bomb side instead. Messi has been the one that's been very aggressive here. So Golden gets a kill on Tag as well. 3v2 now. And a round that is looking poised for Fnatic.
There's a kit on Alex at least. But how can he pick the right timing here? Golden picked a glorious angle. Alex saw none of that. And that leaves Messi with his hands tied behind his back almost. Starting to back away now, hold on to his rifle. Fnatic getting a fourth round on the board. Money's not perfect for Cloud9. There's opportunity for both teams here. In fairness, money's not great for Fnatic either, so losing more players here wouldn't be ideal. Messi will try to make that happen if he can.
Look how smart JW is here, right? Like he obviously, they don't know, and he just walks towards the wall there. If he goes a little bit more back, he could be killed from mid, and this is where we saw Messi come from. But Messi saving this weapon here is, yeah, this is the sequence we see. Obviously, JW completely flashed. It's a nice flash from Alex. But the trade game was there. Messi, by saving the weapon, affords him to drop a weapon for, I was going to say for Floppy. Couldn't actually afford it. Opted for nades instead. Maybe Floppy felt comfortable just going with the Deagle. And that's 2 rounds in a row that Messi has had success here on this B-bomb side. And we saw the tendency for Fnatic actually changing their pace. They've been opting a little bit more of trying to go for some A aggression early. Left B alone a lot, but 2 back-to-back rounds here now. They've tried to go for B early, and Messi's been there to shoot them in the head.
He popped into one of my Twitch streams a little while back. But I hadn't seen him play. I didn't hype him. I hadn't seen him play too much yet. So I think continues to deliver on the B bomb site with these nasty bursts. I'm really impressed by just how disciplined he is with these bursts. So speaking of young talent, Roland's opening things up on the other side of the map. AW here is ready for the quick scope if necessary, but Jaquinho says it isn't. Trying to rotate that bomb now. S-Tag's in the middle of nowhere. Unexpected. Coming from the depths. Oh, look at that flick onto Jaquinho. Straight onto his jaw.
S-Tag is so smart. Look at that. He reads the game. Obviously, he knows that Brolin has been up towards the A-bomb side. Picks his battles so smartly here. Gets 3 one-on-one duels. Makes this possible. Now, obviously, he's lost a bit of track, but... Oh, yeah, I was going to say... Here is he expecting the flank all the way from T-spawn? The timing is unbelievable from S-Tag. Makes that read completely. Doesn't even look there at all until that moment. What a nice read from S-Tag. What a nice round there as well. That's from the hands of the work here initially from Messi. 2 kills to his name on the B-bomb site.
Seeing some really strong skill on the table from both squads, and especially from all the young talent, which is fantastic. Counter-Strike's not an easy game to play. It's very demanding indeed. A lot of footsteps heard on A ramp now. See Fnatic collecting themselves towards A. That's a great spray from Zeppa, followed up upon by Floppy. Currently by the sandbank. There's a flash for him, and there's more damage to be done. Cloud9 find comfort around the A-bomb site for now. Still see Fnatic moving around, posturing by 8. 500 HP Cloud9 so far. Oh, Floppy feet ahead of the flashbang. You never know when that's going to happen. Sometimes the 2 people eat it, and it's swing and a miss. Down he goes, but there are plenty of personnel here for Cloud9. But for how long? The trades will continue. Crimson 1 versus 2 going for the spray, but S-Tag, of course, to clean things up. So much, like just waves of talent coming into the A-bomb site from Cloud9, and they make it to 10 rounds.
And again, another really nice round here from C9. I think we're going to see the sequence potentially. Oh, well, actually, it's right before that. But Floppy is just very active. We talk about him on this A-bomb side of just having a lot of fights. And he's getting more and more activated. And it's another mid-round aggression from C9. Nice flashbang there onto the scaffolding area. Expecting or knowing that Fnatic is taking control of that area. Want to fight for it back. Don't want to go with these retake shenanigans that we see a lot more teams do. Rather fight for it before the bomb goes down.
That's such a strong peak with the AWP, that right eye peak. So good. Alex has been abusing that a lot. They've given up the B side, but they're playing the retake game anyway. It's a 4 versus 4. You're trying to go forward here. Everyone's getting the chaotic. Able to trade out though. And that's a pretty decent result, all things considered. However, Crim's on that lurk. If Golden can buy some time and distract for him, I don't know that they understand he's here indeed. Alex will get caught off guard by him. There's the backstab that comes through. Now Floppy, it's all to do for him with the FAMAS, but he has been pretty good. His mechanics are kind of nuts, and he's gonna need all of that right now. But the smoke is going to obscure vision for him, and that's a measly 5 rounds for Fnatic at the end of the first half. They'll have to do much better going into the second half, and we'll find out if they can do it after the break.
Did we just...
Well, apparently cats are in production. But somehow we've managed to get ourselves back into the server. Cloud9 with 10 rounds on the board. Have got a lot of junk to throw at Fnatic, who have the smoke and a defuse kit onto Golden. So they may be a bit less concerned on the A plate. Brolan going for a garden straw, but he's been denied by Alex.
It's okay, guys. I just asked for more memes from the production. That was great.
Cool.
Yeah, it was funny. Second pitch around here now. Crimson's nice kill onto as a tag. He has been the tank for C9 so far this map. 21 kills first half to him. That's very impressive.
Who has blue eyes out of you and your cats, Robin?
All 3 of us.
Just equal top 1.
Yeah,
They're pretty blue.
Yeah, they're really blue if the light shines on them. Sometimes they're a bit gray, but I say the same thing about my eyes, and I don't know if that's true or not.
Here we go. We got Cloud9 throwing the smoke in, wrapping their way through to the site. Will be difficult, but there is a kit. Golden's got smoke sword. Crimson is really close. Oh, he's looking to cause some problems here. Just tapping away. Somehow gets out of there with not taking any damage. And so do Cloud9. It's just falling back, kind of weird. No one really ready to collapse on Crimson's position. But with the smoke, they'll go for it. They've got more cover to work with. Golden there from spawn, able to pick off 1, making life a little bit easier here for Crimson. Jacquinho. And just taking their time. They still have plenty of time there. They got the kits as well. Never mind.
I really like that pistol from C9. Normally, you tend to see the T's when they do get the kill onto the bomb side, especially early. They tend to just go for it. But Cloud9 paces themselves. They get some kills. They just get map control, and then they hold. Obviously, again, having a meaning in that, we saw that they had nade setups for that as well. Molly and smoke. So timing was definitely in their favor. Another nice round from C9. A lot of smokes here for Fnatic. Full by Deagle's armors. If they have something in store for us, if it was just a default buy here, trying to get some nice little 1Ds.
Well, Roland at least got some information, which may invite a rotation from Fnatic. I've seen a lot of Deagle kills of late, especially yesterday. Ooh, I do love a hypnotic. I was recommended hypnosis. Self-hypnosis for sleeping by the doctor in the last week. Well, he just got shot in the head 3 times by Floppy.
Self-hypnosis?
Yeah, apparently.
What, do you just like snap your fingers and you say, now you sleep, James?
I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm not convinced. Like, I think I'm not convinced that hypnotism would work on or for me, but I'm interested to look at it and see what it's supposed to be. And who knows, I might surprise myself. And never be asleep for a week.
Gnosis, some voodoo shenanigans, whatever works.
Oh, okay, Jack.
One more kill would be super nice if for Golden. When he burst onto the scene, I think we noted his pistol aim, his general aim, of course, but definitely someone that had a great pistol. And it'd be very nice if he could just peel off one more player here with the help of Crims. It's hard to imagine much more. They don't have a kit or utility to work off of, so that might be best case right now. Creeping forward, trying to at least commit some of these players to fight. Floppy will take the fight against Golden. Running into bullets there, so unfortunate. But, I mean, they did get a couple of kills, so decent enough. However, Fnatic are trailing behind pretty enormously here, so it's starting to look pretty grim. And I did not expect to see Cloud9 looking so confident, but their team is like brimming with that young kind of energy, that young confidence.
Yeah, and just the calling itself kind of as an add-on to that too. I think it's been very impressive so far, and as we talked about, we haven't seen Fnatic play Vertigo so far this event, and this is their map pick. And from losing that force buy for early, it's gonna put them on potentially a 13-5 deficit. Big comeback is needed, but they are actually walking. Alex and Floppies could be potentially walking into a mid stack here. They actually leave Alex here by his lonesome, but timing wise, I was going to say normally Alex tends to wait a little bit, so in case he does end up going down, there should be a really good read at least here from C9. Make their move on elsewhere, but positioning, they're not quite there yet, so obviously Fnatic has a really fast rotate over to that A-bomb site. Spots the first, no one else though. Yeah, super smart.
I really wonder who the first commentator will be to say "hit the road, Jack" when like Jaquinho gets killed. I reckon
it's you.
You think it's me?
I feel like it's you or Dan. I feel like it's something that you guys would say. Maybe it's a Harry thing too, actually.
I think it's a Harry. I think he's definitely a suspect for this one.
I agree.
I can just hear it in his voice, the way he would deliver it. It would be excruciatingly painful in the best way. 35 seconds left for Cloud9 to plant the bomb at least. You can see Brillant hiding in the smoke now. But will it be the USP or will it be the sword, the saber, if you will? Well, he's just chilling. He's just chilling face down. So, what is the plan here? Hiding in plain sight, indeed. The sword is out. Oh! Spinning around, but won't get the full card in the note, just the one swipe, the no kill. 13-5 for Cloud9. I respect the attempt, trying to get value out of it. Seems that Zeppa was tickled by that.
And look at the buy here from C9, right? It's literally just a bonus buy. 3 Galils, 2 Mac 10s. What a position to be in here if you Cloud9 so far on not even your map pick. Yeah, no upgrades being made, obviously. No point. Talk a lot about the potential bonus rounds, and I really like this play here from C9. Normally we end to have a lot of A play aggressions in the beginning. This we saw. I think actually C9 did something similar yesterday. They went for a fast mid take for the first weapon round, and it's completely empty here. So they're gonna make the right call here again. It's a little bit slower. We see the reply here from Fnatic. Normally you tend to push down in B ramp, but it's not going to happen. They're going to have to fight for this control instead. And Cloud9 have bomb control. Bomb site control, rather. 3v3 now, bomb goes down.
Yeah, not too shabby. So that smoke, for example, I made one of those from the bottom of B stairs. And that lands here. Takes quite a while, though.
There's one that goes faster.
Yeah. I like it's rewarding to like make the effort to create something, you know. Well, still a round needs to be created for one of these squads. There's no kit in the hands of Fnatic. I can't see a 10-second defuse coming anytime soon. They've touched the bomb, but they're looking to fall back.
I love that. We saw the player cam. I was watching Seppa there. He actually makes the call to Floppy. Go, 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 go. Like, peek. We're both there in the same spot. Obviously, time's running out and Floppy's about to die. So you just go and kill yourself and I get the trade. small things. Dominant round again from C9. I love that call. Like I said, normally in Europe as well, we do see like a lot of tendency of, you know, even the first weapon round, if depending on the buy, a regular A default or a fast take towards A, you just take map control because it is such a important side of the map. But hitting these A or mid timings is just so key, especially if the CTs are not prepared for it.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, especially because there's just so much conditioning around this A ramp position. There's going to be stuff on the map that's weaker, so mid is often the case in this map. We actually saw on the CT side Cloud9, you know, they have good pushes around it. They kind of understand timings pretty well here. But nice opening from Mezzy. He is one with the burst, and looks like everybody will be making their way in straight afterward. So JW here with a Deagle, Crims and Golden not too much better in terms of firepower. Oh, it's a rough one. Fnatic are just kind of committed into so many weird positions. And Cloud9 seem to be winning the positional game and timing game pretty effectively. And in most of these rounds. And you know, when it comes to stuff like that, you do often just, that's going to be a credit to the caller for sure.
Absolutely.
The right
Absolutely.
times.
And I even make the argument here, you know, we talk even about another game leader, Alexi B, you know, when he first joined OG in that lineup compared to the work that has been put into him as well. I think that both of these two callers have a very unique kind of calling style. I'm just very impressed by Alex, how much work he's gone down for this team in such a short time. We had Alex, I think, on the desk here day 2, and we talked to him about a little bit about the map process and stuff like that. Even game 2, we saw them play 5 maps already with a brand new team, and it's very impressive. And they kind of continue that trend, which is why, you know, I noted here them playing 4 best of 3s officially this week has been really working out for them. There's a lot of practice to be gained here as well, especially if you have experienced players. All you need is a few games to at least get a little bit more polished on it. This is a little fast A take here from C9. Cruz ends up training Sapado, but it's a 4-on-4, make it a 4-on-3 situation. How nice flick on Alex. That looked a little bit weird. I wonder if Brawler was flashed or if it was a bit of a off timing.
Chiquinho needs help. Help is running out of people. One for the call of the radio. Golden with a multi-frag though. Got Crims here as well. 2 versus 2 as Cloud9 continue to pursue and harass these Fnatic players. And Incendio will buy some time, but not some frags. Mezzy's reload will distract him. Estak has all the information now, but not the kill. Mezzy's only got 7 HP. He needs a headshot. Crims does not. And there it is. Fnatic still alive for now, but it's cost them almost everything. And Cloud9 have a lot of money in the hole.
Such a close round there as well. As a tag, obviously spots Crims when he's trying to spray and hears him as well falling back and reloading at the same time. Doesn't get the spray down. It's a nice 1 versus 2 from Crims. Something needed to be done there. Obviously, we see them going down early from an A fight, and then we see the B execute as well. Again, just a nice little round call here from Alex.
Do we see Fnatic having any chance of having a good go of this comeback even?
I think it's. I mean, I think it's a possibility. I think that the problem that they will have is that, you know, the not being used to playing a team like Cloud9 because they are new, so the tendencies and stuff might not be there. You might see some random plays you're quite not used to. So, asking for 9 rounds on this CT side is a lot to ask for. But we'll see. It starts with this one. And look at, just compare, obviously, comes into with the fact that Fnatic can't really afford themselves even one mistake, but they give essentially A ramp for free here. And we talk about mid-round aggression then versus retake scenarios. JW getting their first one there, and they are actively at least crawling their way onto the bomb side. But just as I say that, Floppy and Estat gets 2 kills. We should be seeing a bomb plant coming in. I was going to say in just a moment, but JW doing his usual JW shenanigans. Gets the bomb planter and falls back.
No grenades left for Cloud9. No wall with which to plant the bomb. Perhaps there's something rolling around the site, but they may have to concentrate on frags for now. S-Tag is Position will give him more rewards, and it gets even worse for Fnatic now. Jaquinho 1 versus 3 with the MP9. No kit. Probably won't have good range for his first engagements. Alex standing on the site, so maybe he will. I'm sure Cloud9 will design a trade frag setup. Not required. Straight headshot from Alex. Leaders, you mean to go on and all that shit. I completely forgot what the bloody phrase is. Anyway, a very strong map from Cloud9. I actually put my channel points in the chat on Cloud9. I quietly did it. So if they lost, I couldn't say anything. Yeah, just a sneaky one. I was like, do you know what? But again, it's hard with them because, again, we haven't seen so much of them play just yet. But we have seen, again, and like I said at the beginning of the match, like in terms of knowing what to bring to their opponent, they certainly did on Vertigo, and they win 16-6.
I mean, super dominant here, and as you pointed out, James, I think this is really why it's so exciting as well, this matchup for me, of, you know, not really quite knowing or expecting really what to see here from both of these teams. And I just kept continuously being impressed by C9. I think they just have a really nice approach to the game, and I think just the way Alex calls is really something else. And yeah, I can't wait for map 2.
Yeah,
lead by example is what I meant to say.
There we go. Yeah, it's really impressive. I think this team it's kind of insane because there's so much individual skill in this team. It's usually hard to get like all of that firing off, especially with the team that's kind of young, and that seems to be the case. So Alex is doing a lot well. Again, that's another thing that kind of reminds me of Carrigan. Carrigan used to be really good at like going into a new team and just being like, okay, I kind of get the flow of how these individuals could work together. And Alex is really making it sing right now.
Break time, bitch. See you on the other side.